What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wild Comics. Today, I'm going to be doing something completely different than what I normally have done. And I think this is something that everyone has always thought about what would happen. And I'm just going to do it. So, I'm going to be breaking some CGC cases. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking, hey, Chris, you've already done that before. Like, show us something new. I'm actually going to be dropping these CGC books to see what happens to them when they hit the ground. So I'm going to be dropping about 4 books at different heights. First height is going to be at a table height. That way, for some reason, let's just pretend that we're sitting at a table, we're organizing comics, we're bagging and boarding. A CGC book falls off at this height. What kind of damage will occur at this height? After we drop it from this table, the second height we're going to go to is about the chest height, probably about 4 feet, 4.5 feet. What that means, and what I'm trying to simulate in that, is that carrying height. Now we're transferring books either to a table, to a personal collection. I don't know, we're about to mail it out, and we were to drop it on the ground at chest height as we're walking. I've done it before, and it's very cringeworthy when it happens. The third height is going to be about 8 feet. It's going to be about 7 to 8 feet. And what that kind of resembles would be if you were to have them on a shelf, say, right? So people love to display their books on a shelf in their rooms, in their house, in their man caves, wherever the case may be. And it's normally just above that 6 foot, 8 foot mark to where you're kind of reaching up, putting them up. What would happen if we dropped one from that height and it were to hit the ground? And then the last height will be from a 2-story building, just to see what happens. But first, at that height, I'm really excited for that one. I want to see what's going to happen when I drop it from a 2-story building. So that's going to be really fun to do. But I'm going to show you the books I'm going to do. So at the table height, we're going to have, this was a freebie. Someone gave this to me. And I don't really know the significance of it. And it's, I don't know. That's the table height one. It's a Bat-Mite number 3. Nothing really special about this book in my opinion. So there's that book. At shoulder height or at a chest height would be the Angela 9.0. We'll see what happens with that one. At shelf height is going to be that one. Another Angela 9.0. I think those are good books to drop. And the 2-story one, which I know you guys are really, really curious about. We're going to keep it a mystery. But I have it here. I will show you guys as soon as I get to that location. So let's get started. Let's start dropping some CGC books. Hang tight while I set some cameras up. Okay, so here we go. Now we have it set up. I took the table height. We have the Batman 8, our Bat-Mite number 3 that we're going to drop at table height, which is right here just before I took it down, took the measurement. It's about right there. And I'm going to try dropping it right on the corner of the comic. So I'm going to drop it just like that. And I have some tape on the ground to kind of hopefully I can gauge the break and I can do a slow motion for you guys. So let me set that up real quick. All right. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. That was a pretty big break. I'm going to stop the cameras, I'm going to review it, and we're going to turn it back around, and we're going to go to the next drop. Okay, and we're back. I've had a chance to pick up the book, and I want to show you guys real quick. I probably should have showed it before I stop the camera, but check this out. So here's the book. You can actually see there's like smaller pieces that made it inside of the book, and then we just have ever so small, I guess I shouldn't say small, but it's a pretty good chunk that's torn out of the book by dropping it on the corner. So that's going to be the way that this was dropped on this one. So now we're going to be moving to the Spawn number 9, except for this time what we're going to do is we're going to be dropping it from about shoulder height. First it was from here, table height. Now we're going to drop it from shoulder height. And then we're probably going to drop it from this height, would be the next one. So give me a few seconds, and I'm going to set up the slow motion camera and all that fun stuff for you. So give me a few seconds. Okay, So now I have the slow motion going. Let me just double check. Okay, we have a slow motion going. Dropping it about shoulder height, which is probably right about there. I have my mark. I'm going to step away. Try to drop it on the corner. Here we go. All right. Let's see what happened. Oh, wow. Let me stop the slow motion real quick. So this one completely busted out the whole casing. It almost seems like it took a pretty good blow to the case itself. I mean, the whole thing is cracked all the way up. Look at that. It's cracked here. It's cracked everywhere. You guys see that? And the more and more I look at it, I mean, even the label. Look at the label. Label's coming out of it. So there's that one. Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to them. So now that one's done, we're going to be dropping the other one. Let me grab the other spawn. I know I'm kind of all over the place. We're going to be dropping the other spawn. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not from this height. So while I'm still rolling, I think I'm still recording. Yeah, I'm still recording. Let's just keep it going. Let me set up my slow motion. Okay. I know it's kind of weird because I'm jumping all over the place. So I'm doing it by myself. Imagine we're on a shelf now. Okay. So we're pretty high up on the shelf. Okay, let me see. Here we go. See if I can land this. In 3, 2, 1. I think that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab the book. Let's see what happens. Okay. Again, kind of the same breakage. Nothing really too crazy as far as the break goes. Let me stop the slow motion. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to view the slow motion you guys have. So, but that's going to be the actual breakage of the comic. I'm not quite sure if the higher we go, the less impact is on the book itself. I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't seem like any of the books have been damaged in each of these droppings. So those are going to be all the drops. Now I'm going to take the last book and I'm going to find a 2-story building. I'm going to actually head over to my LCS. Hopefully they can let me use their building and we can drop it from their building. So hang tight. I'm going to load everything up and I'm going to head that way. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. I went to multiple locations. I went to 2 LCSs, couldn't get access to the roof. I went to the mall, they shut me down. I went to a high school, couldn't get in, so I decided to come back. So here we are, and we're gonna be dropping it from that height. And here's the book. I know you guys are curious on what book it is. So first and foremost, I wanna show you, it's a 9/4, right? Here's the book. It's an Avengers Annual, number 10, first appearance of Rogue that will be dropping from this height. So I'm gonna go up there, hang tight, we're gonna rock and roll, we're gonna drop this bad boy. Here we go. All right, so here we are. I'm on top of the roof, right? There's the drop right there. We got the slow motion camera set in place. Have my son down there with another camera. We're gonna drop, again, we're gonna drop the Avengers Annual number 10 right here off of this bad boy. So, yeah, let's do it. This is crazy. All right, so, you got that slow motion set up down there?
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm gonna try dropping it right on the corner, you guys, so you guys can see it just like how I see it. I'm gonna try lining it up just so that everyone can see how I see it. Are we ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Oh man. Oh no. I think I missed the slow motion. That's okay. Leave it there. We're gonna check it out. All right. Here's the madness. We have a little piece break off there. Oh man, this thing's beat up. This thing is beat up. Look at this bad boy. It is split on the side. Oh man, it looks like the moment of impact was right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this home and we're gonna get back to the room and then we're gonna go over all the books again. So hang tight, guys. Okay, so now we're back. We have dropped all 4 books. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video. I'm going to do a real quick recap over all the books that we just dropped and just kind of look at them one more time. So if we remember, the 8.5 Batmite number 3 was dropped at table height. It occurred just a little bit of damage right there in the corner. Looks like some of the shards made its way into the casing. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that or not, but it made it into the casing. All in all, I don't think the book was damaged at all. This book was never pressed or cleaned prior to it being slabbed. I mean, I can see it, and I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but this book was never pressed or cleaned prior to it being submitted into CGC. So this book, I don't know how well if that helped or not, was never pressed or cleaned. So to begin with, the second book we dropped at chest height. Now it has pretty significant damage. I mean, we have the label sticking out of it. I mean, it's pretty split. You can tell there's a really big crack right down here. There's major crackage on the back side of it right there, right here. I mean, all in all, this casing took a pretty good hit. Again, no damage from what I see from the book. Pretty surprised. The third book was dropped pretty much about shelf height. I think it kind of took kind of a funkier fall on the actual drop itself, so I don't think it impacted the way I kind of wanted it to. But then again, it's a fall, so we kind of have to go with it. So again, we have some crackage on the back of it, on the back side of it, pretty significantly right there. But as far as the impact corner itself, it doesn't really seem like it took a lot. The brunt of it is the majority of the top of the book that's right there. Again, it's on the front of the book right there. If you guys can see it, it's right there. Again, no damage to the book. It doesn't seem like it. And then finally, the last book, the Avengers Annual 10. I mean, she got destroyed. There's a piece that literally broke off, and I know it missed the slow motion camera. I thought we kind of had a windier day. I thought it would kind of block it. That's something I'm working on, first time doing it. But I mean, you cannot deny the fact that this case is completely destroyed from everything. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, to be honest with you, I could probably pull. I mean, it's so bad that I can probably pull the book out. Let's see if I can pull it out real quick. See if I can pull it out. No, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it out. Give me one more. Let me try one more time. Well, maybe. Let's see. Yeah. So that's how bad the case was broken all the way around through it. You can see the crack. You can see right here. But then again, like, I'm looking at this book and I don't see. So if you look right here, it looks like the impact was on the corner. You can tell it's a little bent right there on the corner. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it. See if I can put a little glare on it for you so you can see it. But that's about it. I mean, but the corner of the book is still sharp. The bottom corner is still sharp. Let's see if I can get to focus a little bit. The bottom of the book is still sharp. It's not blunted. It's not anything. So none of the corners are. None of these corners are blunted. There's no additional spine ticks. There's no any sort of damage to the actual book itself. It doesn't seem like. So, do I think? Let me just recap. Do I think the casing did its job? Yes. I think the way, thinking about it now, I think the casing itself impacted a lot of the shock and a lot of the impact, right? And by it doing that, released a lot of stress for when it came to this. And then this was maybe a secondary precaution. So, yeah, I'm all in all, I'm really, really surprised on how well this case held up on such a high drop. So, it may be a little hard. I would like to resubmit these in the CGC, but you guys let me know what you guys would like to have done with them. The only problem about resubmitting them in a CGC is that obviously they're going to go through another grade check. Do I press them? Do I clean them prior to going in? If I press and clean this one, for sure we'll get most likely a grade bump. So I don't know if it'll be beneficial. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be judgmental to the break or the drop. But let me know. I mean, I'm more than happy to do whatever you guys want. If you want me to resubmit these in, take them out, submit them, and then we get the results back and see what they come back, I can definitely do that. But you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this segment. I would love to do more of these. If you want to see more, let me know. I have a ton of ideas to how I can break these cases other than just dropping them. And I can do bigger books. If you think, hopefully this was a big enough book for you guys for me to drop, but I can do bigger. So that's all I got, man. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell and the like button, and leave a comment. I love to read what you guys have to say. So you guys know the routine. Keep it wild, keep it fun, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.